the point. Okay, guys. So today, the next guest on this show is going to be someone that I've known for a little bit now. I've been kind of back and forth on Instagram and stuff. Uh, let's get him in here. Get 1 second, all right? Yeah. All right. He should be here soon. Guess we're running a little slow today. I'll have to edit this out. This is like in between. What was that? All right, you guys. So I guess it's a little bit of a delay, but he should be here soon. If you want to go check out his YouTube, I think it's STGM. All the links are in the description. If you want to follow your boy, I'm in the description too as well. Shit. Running a little slow today. So I guess after the podcast, I'm going to go ahead and get that workout in, amongst other things. I always find it hard to get keto coffee from anywhere because you always have to adjust everything. Usually I make it at home, but today I just had to have my Starbucks. But I didn't spend more than $3 or $4, so it's okay. If anybody's got any comments or questions, just leave them in the description below in the comment section. I'll be glad to look at it and answer them. Maybe you got a question about fitness or something. Yeah. Still waiting on that. My guest just said he's having a little bit of issues. Hopefully he can fix it soon. He's having a little trouble on his end. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully it'll fix it real quick. Let's see. Let's check something. All right, that's down. All right, let's see. Well, oh my God. Says maybe there's a sound issue. I don't know. I guess his computer's acting like a dick right now. Yeah. I'm guessing his channel, he does sneaker tech, gaming, and more reviews on stuff like that. So if you want to check him out, check him out. I've seen like maybe one or two videos, short clippets though. Sorry, good. It's okay if you're a little late, bud. We all have technical issues sometime with bullshit. Yeah. Let's. Okay. If you haven't already, go ahead and go to YouTube and check out my reaction to Upchurch's Holler Boys, Upchurch's reaction, my reaction to Upchurch's Ghost Ranch. Two good country songs if you like that kind of music. He also does rap too as well, so check him out on that. I don't know, guys. Leave in the comment section which of those videos, which song or which band or group or person would you like me to react to next? It would be cool. I've seen a lot of the Linkin Park reactions. I'm thinking I might go that route. Yeah. I'm trying to stay consistent with uploads and making sure that I bring you guys some good quality content. And sometimes it's hard because, trying to get people to go and come on these things or to get people together is just hard. But we're trying to make it work. – 14 minutes in. It's all good. Maybe computer's just not loading or something. Alpha Dwayne, we waiting for you, bruh. Come on, man. My friend, I don't know what happened, but come on, dude. Smack that computer with something. Smack that computer with something. My friend, I don't know what happened, but come on, dude. Smack that computer with something. My friend, I don't know what happened, but come on, dude. Smack that computer with something. My friend, I don't know what happened, but come on, dude. Smack that computer with something. My friend, I don't know what happened, but come on, dude. All right, so I just posted on my story. Maybe that'll get him, hopefully something. He'll get a laugh out of that. I never understood what, like, some of the colors on this damn microphone is. Huh. All right. Let's see. I don't know what's going on with mine. Now mine's is starting to act like a retard. Did I take that out of there? All right. What's up, bro?
What's up, dude?
Damn, no fucking. Oh, I thought you said no audio.
Oh, no. We good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Nice.
Man, that took forever. What the hell was going on?
Dude, I'm on my iPad right now, man. I'm trying to get my computer to work, man. This is ridiculous. What's going on?
You just not much. Just trying to deal with everyday life.
I hear that. Same here, man. Same here.
Yeah. Man, I just started these podcasts probably about a week ago. I've been trying to push it out because my it's getting cold out here, so I can't really do any motorcycle vlogs or anything like that.
Yeah, man, let's get it, man. Let's do something. You know, I've been doing this YouTube thing for a while now, so you know, I was doing a YouTube for like 4 years, man. We just crept up, you know, got our stuff up, you know, so it's doing all right.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the same. But, you know, it's funny because I got another channel, but it was when I was really young. So, I mean, I've been doing YouTube since probably about 2006.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just been a thing. Like, but I stopped doing it after a while because, you know, life takes over for real. And at a bad time.
Definitely.
So
you have any kids?
No kids. No kids.
No kids.
No kids, my man.
Lucky you.
not that it's a bad thing. I mean, you know.
Lucky you. Shit, I got 3.
Well, maybe stop trying to do the growth thing.
Oh man. So yeah, man. The podcast seems to be the new wave now, man. They're, you know.
Yeah.
Right now.
Know, it's funny you mention that because I mean. Radio is never going to go out of style. People are always going to be listening in their car, their Tesla, whether they, you know, even on like when I ride my motorcycle, I have a setup for my Bluetooth, so I'm always listening to like my music or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the main thing is I always like somehow find myself listening to the radio because you never know if you just get tired of the same old playlist on your shit and you just want to find something else. So
absolutely. I can't tell you the last time I've actually listened to the radio as far as music goes. It's podcast and talk radio, something like that.
Yeah, I agree because I mean, I from time to time still listen to radio in the morning just because, you know, you want to hear the people talking or whatever. Try to give them some support too, because there's still people out there still doing that grind. I mean, that's just an everyday 9 to 5 thing, you know.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, man.
But
I would I think that we could take this thing pretty far, man. Just come on here with some good topics, man, and
that's what I've been doing lately is trying to find topics, trying to get. Two is I've been catching up with people that, I mean, I know the first podcast I did was with a friend of mine who I work with, but he had some great. He's Republican, so he takes that side a little bit more, but he doesn't go too far with it. Now that's what I like about him because he's kind of seeing both sides of the fence.
Mm-hmm.
And I for me, it's just finding topics isn't hard, but it's just trying to get the people together.
Yeah.
On the same wavelength, and that's the main thing. I mean, I went as far as to go back to like childhood friends, like just trying to bring everybody together, and that's mainly my thing is bringing everybody together is the main thing because not too many people are busy these days doing whatever. So I mean, life is busy, but I'm trying to like. It's funny because a lot of people think I'm a little bit crazy with this because I work 2 jobs. I'm working YouTube. I take care of my in-laws. I do a bunch of shit. Like I'm constantly trying to do stuff.
Right.
So and working out on top of it and prepping my meals.
Right. Right.
So and when you add kids into that mixture, it's just like I'm boom. So like even I feel like that is kind of like where I mean, and I just got married like 2 weeks ago. Oh, thanks, bro. And it for me, it's just I gotta stay out of my head, and a lot of that will come into play with the workouts and stuff. Like there's a lot of depression shit going around too, and I think it's everybody. It's just some are more extreme than others.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I don't want to get stuck in the same thing over and over. Even though I do the same routine every day, it's not going to be my mental state's not going to be the same. So I got to make sure I come correct with myself first before anybody.
Well, with working out, man, one of the biggest things that I figured out was that it definitely helps with whatever mentally you got going on, man. Like I was going through a lot of stuff when I first started like really getting into working out.
Yeah.
I was going through a lot, man. I couldn't handle cope and all that type of stuff, man. And once I started working out, I let that aggression go,
Yeah.
So, and it just worked out for the better. Now I haven't been working out as much as I used to.
You just lost all that weight, so now you just like, I'll get it tomorrow.
I'm gonna get back into it though, man. I started another job a few months back.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it. So, it took me away from my routine that I had. So now I'm back doing kind of what I was doing before, that other job. So now I'm good. Like that's what I was telling you, man. Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, man, I'm free all day. So in this podcast, are you trying to basically get like a few people to come in and just have different views on different things?
Basically, like I wanna get like everybody's like overview, and at the end it's gonna be okay. So now that we've seen everything, it's more so on like how I perceive it, and basically just have a good time. I mean, whether it be a hangout, whether it be specific topics, whether it be the snowball is happening, whether I want it to or not. Like it's rolling with me now, so I've already started it. My editing is getting better. I mean, since I've started, I mean, like I used to use like back in the day, like when I had my laptop, like I would use like the Windows Movie Maker shit, like, and that's when I started put like on the other channel I have, like I didn't notice this until like later, but one of my videos is like crept over 5,000 views.
Oh shoot! Okay.
And because me and my best friend at the time, well, he's still my best friend, but we would travel because I wanted to become a professional wrestler at this time. And I wanted to figure out how to get in the game. And like, it was just tough trying to like travel and do video and do all this extra shit. Like, it was just so much. Like, I mean, I'm trying to make the money off of what I've done. And even it doesn't matter. That's what I tell people. I watch a lot of Gary Vee too. Like, it really doesn't matter what fucking age you start, as long as you do something like that makes you happy.
Absolutely, that's it. It's whatever makes you happy, man. Like I
Because
feel
at
like
the end of the day, nobody else is gonna be there
not at all. It's only
except for
you.
your family. That's it.
That's it, man. So you want to be a professional wrestler? That's cool.
At that time, yeah, not anymore. I'm too old for that shit now.
Get out there and break a damn leg.
uh,
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that though. I feel you on that, and I think it's always good to have different people's perspectives on everything. Like
yeah,
for my YouTube channel, what I normally do is review. We do a lot of reviews and stuff like that. My friend, he mostly does a lot of the shoes. I do a lot of tech,
yeah.
things like that. So yeah, man, keep grinding, man. 5,000, that's pretty good, dude.
Yeah, I don't have the information for that account anymore, so I can't like unlock it.
Ah,
I'm pretty sure because I don't have that email anymore.
okay.
So the only way I would be able to get to it is if I actually contact YouTube and say, "Look, man, I say who I am. This is my channel. I want to unlock it so I can get my content and my stuff, and just move my office." Like,
Right.
so
Yeah.
it's like but most of it was like basically like which more than likely they'll say, oh, it's copyright strikes on this, because I did at the time YouTube wasn't doing copyright strikes. There was no thing against me like putting like 50 Cent or Eminem's fucking track on something that I was trying to create at that time. Like shit, I was still getting out of high school trying to figure out what the hell I was doing.
Right.
And nowadays, like, it's so easy, but I get it because they're trying to protect the content creator. But then again, at the same time, I see a lot of people getting all bent out of shape because the algorithm and, oh, well, YouTube is picking who they like or whatever the case may be. For me, just enjoy doing, something that's different. And it doesn't matter about the money at this point. Eventually, it will come to be that, like it always does, because you got advertisers. I can't talk. That are looking at this and saying, "Oh, well, I don't want to put my product on this because so and so is bad mouthing the president or bad mouthing this or whatever." Say, I'm just like, all right, so it is what it is,
Yeah. I mean, with my channel, I kind of keep it a little bit safe. We crept up about like 2,500 followers now. So like our biggest video is at 45K. Our other one is like 40K. And right now we have people like basically hitting us up, man, coming to us saying, "Hey, can you review this product? Review this product." And it's cool because they're doing that, but like you just said, we're not talking down on anybody. We're not saying anything negative. We're not talking, craziness or whatever. we're just
Yeah.
we're just doing the product in a cool way, and whatever. So it's pretty cool, man. I like doing this also, man. I always wanted to be a film editor, man. Like I really wanted
Yeah.
to do that. That's something I really get into.
I don't know if you like watch a lot of series or anything, but there's this one kid who I've been watching since he was like brand spanking new. Like, you've ever heard of McJuggernuggets?
Nah.
He was the director of the Psycho series. He did he did a series on his family where his dad basically fucking destroyed all of his shit when he was a kid. Like, he didn't want him to become a gamer. He wanted him to go out and get an actual job. He wanted him to do.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've been watching him, and that kind of re-sparked what I wanted to do. And now, like, he's got like all these different series. Like, he did a series on like drug addiction. He did a series on like coping with depression. Like, then he had a series where he basically killed off any characters like that he created a long time ago, because now he's got this. I don't know if it's a series or if it's for real, because he's trying to create like an actual, like, this is me, this is who I am, this is my girlfriend, whatever, blah blah blah. And I commend that to him. And then a lot of people, he started a new platform which a lot of people are talking about. It's Storyfire. So he could get paid because, you know, YouTube is not paying. Most people that do YouTube now that are big creators, they're getting paid okay, but a lot of them are outsourcing to like Patreon, and maybe they got their own store that they have.
Merchandise and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, which, I mean, I'm not, you know, negative towards that. I think that would be a great idea at some point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
I
Yeah.
think any
Because
time you can make money.
Because you got to think about it like this, man. If you're going to spend a lot of your time in front of this camera, and you are definitely you know, getting people to watch and things like that, you want to be compensated for it, you know.
Yeah.
At some point, you know, you shouldn't come into this thinking about the money.
Yeah.
But definitely, you know, your end game should be, okay, you know what, maybe I can make a business out of this, you know, because different streams of revenue, you know, is always the best, you know.
Yeah.
That's always the best.
Yeah, and I agree, because I mean, it's honestly, it really isn't about the money, but it's about, you know, getting the paycheck, but it's about also remembering that you have an audience that you're taking care of. It's your baby. It's who you you know, you're fucking cradling it forever. You know.
Absolutely.
I just got into it with my wife about keeping it quiet, because when I go to do the intro, I mean, my microphone, for it being a crappy microphone, it picks up everything. So
how does it sound on my end with me? Because I definitely did not hook this up yet.
Clear as day, man. Clear as day.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I thought about doing that.
Yeah, man. I mean, I have a full setup. I know you saw it, you know. Before,
yeah.
But my computer is literally
taking a shit. Like,
bruh. Like, but you know, I've had this thing. You know, I've had this computer since it first came out, man, in 2012, iMac. So I'm just like, you know what? Maybe it's just time to upgrade, man. You know,
I would totally invest. I mean, if you're investing in this, I would totally invest for sure. Absolutely. I mean, even for mine, like, I've had like fucking compact HP, all the old school ones, and then my dad, he had a newer HP with like fucking 1 to 2 terabytes hard drive, and it's a full-on CPU. Like, and then me and my mom, we bought him a bigger monitor and stuff like that. Well, he ended up giving it to me, so now I can, because they were going to get a new setup anyway. So they were like, yeah, you can just have it. You're moving, we'll give it to you, which is pretty cool, because I needed something new, obviously, because my shit was like completely going down the tube.
Oh, damn, man. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm definitely going to go ahead and just spend the money and go get me another one. You know, be doing music and everything too, man. Like, I like
I see you got a lot of artists in there going up.
Yeah, man. You know, man, from back in the day, man, you know, I used to do music all the time. So now it's not really what I want to do anymore. Like, I like to make music. It's cool, but I'm older now, and I'm like, you know.
It's not like you in high school, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, you know, but like I got, you know, some of my partners, you know, that'll come over and will come, you know, murder the mic, and you know, and I'm thinking about maybe, you know, doing like a DJ Khaled type thing where I can just say, oh, you know, just got some hot artists and just put it out there.
Just promote them.
I don't want to be an artist anymore, you know.
You want to be like, you know, Dre on the beat.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, man. I used to do music back in the day too with friends. We do like all kinds of ciphers and shit. Like, I quit, you know, writing and doing all that stuff. Now, one of my friends, he still does music. I'm guessing he still writes, because the motherfucker is smart and he reads all the time. So, you know, and some people are like that. That's what they enjoy. Mentally, it probably frees him from the mind. I mean,
absolutely.
But for me, I was writing poetry. I was writing like fucking 16 bars. I was writing fucking everything, and then I just completely quit because, you know, life. But at the same time, I've always enjoyed music just to kind of relax and take it off, or you know, to promote things, obviously. But
absolutely. It's a free of mind, man. You get, you know, you free your mind in that booth, man. Like I said, sometimes I still, you know, write and put something together and it comes out dope. I'm like, you know what? All right, you know, I might put that out. Who knows?
There's a good ad lib. Let's just stick that right in there.
Let's keep that in there. Hey, look, man, I mess around and have one song I've been working on for damn near 3 years. You be like, what the hell?
Was I saying I need to redo this? Like you
Right.
can, but that's the beauty of anything. Like you can always make it better, and sometimes you just gotta cut the cord and be like, this is it. I'm gonna have to go with it.
Oh yeah.
See how they like it. If they like it, cool. If they don't,
Cool.
fuck
Man,
it. I'll move on to the next one.
exactly. Exactly, man. I tell a lot of these kids now, man, especially when they get into this music, man, is that entrepreneurship is the best way to go.
Yeah,
It's so amazing. Like from back in the day when like let's say when you and I were doing music hard body,
yeah.
it was a complete difference. Like it
You
was
got
just
the
totally
fucking DVD burner. You had to do the 8-track. You got to do the
everything.
fucking. You had to record on the fucking tape deck just to get it to move over to this.
Bro,
Like,
it was fucking insane. And then you had to go find a record deal. You got to go
yeah,
like
like
now these
fucking
kids,
label companies.
man, now these kids are not even man, kids like fuck a record deal.
We're gonna do SoundCloud. We gonna like let it light it up. Let's
Exactly.
Spotify this shit. Like one of my friends, he's actually a beat maker. Like he's a beat producer.
Mhm.
So I don't. I mean, I don't know if he'll ever watch this, but my boy Fred, he he's been coming up fast. Like if you ever want to check him out on SoundCloud, his name's Bonds. Like he's got
Okay.
good shit. Like I've like legitimately like I've got his fucking first ever CD that he like paid money out of pocket and produced everything. Like it's so fucking cool. Like that's like how fucking like real I am with him because I know like I like regardless of what he does, behind closed doors, I don't give a shit. Like,
Yeah.
but if he's producing content
Yeah.
and he's still out there going to DC clubs and doing shit, like, I'm proud of the dude. Like, because there's stuff that he can do that I can't do. Like, lately, like, I'll sing in my car. That's about it. Like, or I'll sing in the house, and then my wife's like, "Shut the fuck up!" Like, I'm like, "What? Like, what's good?" But it's never to like, it's mainly for me. It's not for
Yeah.
anybody else. And I think that legitimately is what it's about. It's basically for me. That's how I express myself. That's how I get it out. And most people nowadays, it's just too much fucking like, honestly, I feel like the world, and I've said this before, is like the world is definitely becoming PG. Like everybody's too scared to offend somebody when in reality they're just being themselves. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, did they not just like, take a pill or something? Did they not like just look behind them and say, oh shit, we just went through like NWA, we just went through like a whole bunch of shit? Like, and I was just listening to, I don't know if you ever heard of him, Upchurch, the redneck. He's a hip hop artist. I think it's like the new term for that, for rap and for white people or whatever. I don't fucking know. But him and this other dude, Screw John or something like that, they were beefing like shit. I'll have to send you the third round, but dude, this white
Okay.
boy, he could rap. Like it was all about battle rap, and then they just did an interview not too long ago, facing each other, basically talking their shit out. That's the way it should be. Shouldn't be no
Look.
fighting and shit like that. Real shit. Like, look, we fucked up. Both of us said one another, said some shit. But the fact of it is now they're cool. Everything's good.
Well, the premise of hip hop, man, has always been
Battle rap.
I'm better than you. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm better than you on this microphone. So, I don't understand a lot of it now. Like people,
They catching
and
feelings.
I hate to say it like, but the generation that we are living in right now with the younger kids, man, they're so sensitive.
Yeah.
So sensitive.
They mama told us not to hit them, but you damn, my grandmama just be like, shut up.
Exactly.
Go your room.
These kids now are soft, man, and they're quick to pull out a gun on you way faster than they willing to say, talk to you.
Yeah. Not to find out the issue, but
no, they don't, they say, fuck the issue. If you got a problem with me, whatever.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So I'm like this, man. I had my few run-ins and stuff like that, man, but it never ended in death.
Yeah.
And even when I had a battle rap, or not even a battle rap, because I wasn't even really a rapper like that. I sang most of the time, but like
He's like, I was just singing, just make
I
sure.
was singing. But but if I had an issue with you, man, like I would just talk to you. And some of those guys I had issue with, I'm best friends with them to this day. You
Yeah.
know, it's not that deep, man. None of us made shit. I probably made about $5,000 off all my music the entire time.
But I mean, you made something, you did something, and
Yeah.
that's the point. Like I'm trying to come across. It's about bringing people together, everybody sharing something. You know, we all taking care of one another.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, like the kids that are now, some of them are okay, but then some of them, it's like you too soft, and it's not like a direct hit to the generation me. It's more so the direction of, okay, how can we come together and help you do better? Like, that's how I see it. I mean,
Yeah, just I feel like it's a teachable moment. You know, we can have teachable moments to the kids nowadays. You know what I'm saying? We've gone through what they've already gone through.
or they're going through it. And a
Yeah.
lot of it too. Now shit, they have this new thing where we didn't even have it back in the day. Like the kids, I heard someone tell me that the schools now are promoting, oh well, we need to have a gun drill. So if anybody, so I mean, kids come up in the school trying to shoot up the joint, we gotta make sure that our kids is safe, which is cool. Like I agree, but at the same time, it's the kids are so quick, like you said, to pick up a gun.
Yeah.
But at the same time, how did that kid get to that point? Because there's probably issues at home. Maybe the kid's getting abused and we don't know. And it's legitimate, like real shit. Like, or maybe the kid just feels like nobody's listening to him. He walks around like, I hate to reference like the whole 8 Mile fucking shit, but he walks around with his head down, earphones in and everything, thinking everybody hates him or thinking something happened. A lot of times it's just people need to talk. I could go into my job and be like, I'm like the kindest person ever. Like, I'm like, hey, what's up? Even if I don't know you, I talk to you. I'm like, hope you're good. If you need anything, let me know. I'm here. And a lot of times if they come in, they're like, fuck this place, I'm gonna shoot everybody up. They're gonna look at me and be like, oh, you cool. I'll see you later. Like,
Right.
just being kind is not that hard. Like,
Not
but
at
so
all.
many people the world is so fucking cold these days that it doesn't matter. Like everybody's like, fuck it. I'm about me. I'm about this. This is what I am. Fuck it.
Yep. I posted up a status. I posted up a status the other day, and I was watching the. I'm not sure if you watched it. It was the Wu-Tang show. The movie.
Yeah.
Dude, it's awesome. So I was sitting there watching, and I'm thinking about all the guys, man, that I used to work with, and how all these things transpired. And I'm gonna circle back to your point that you were saying. Yeah. But I'm sitting here watching all of this, man, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking like, man, I used to work with some of the best guys in the game, but everybody only thought about themselves. Yeah. It wasn't a collective thing, even though we said it was collective. Even though we said, we're home, we gonna, if this person is the star right now, then we're gonna push him. But even though we were pushing him, you had this person doing all kind of other shit on his side. Nobody stayed together as a crew, and I think that's kind of what you're saying a little bit.
Yeah, and a lot of it too. I mean, you had 14 motherfuckers on stage. Everybody had a microphone, but you couldn't understand what the one person was saying because this motherfucker over here like hyping it up. Like, let the dude like spit the bar and then go about the song. Like,
right.
But that's what made it so exciting, I believe. And
right.
But at the same time, it's just like shit when Ghostface Killer, all of them, like shit. It was good like back then, but nowadays, like. The collective is just ridiculous. You have more white rappers. I ain't never seen motherfuckers these days. Like,
hey, look, man, if they can spit, they can spit. You know what I'm
saying?
If you can spit, you can spit, man. Hey,
more power to you.
I have no problem with that, man. But get on that. But one of my favorite guys right now is Logic.
Yeah,
that dude is nasty, man.
For sure.
He kind of go into the whole black-white thing a lot, but he's cool.
There was another guy too, like that. What is his name? it's that song. Is that Logic? That's that song. I'm not racist, where he goes to back and forth.
No, that's somebody else. That's
Joiner Trainer, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking sick. I mean, that honestly, that couldn't
That
have
had
been.
a lot of backlash though too.
But to be all fair, I know a lot of people were upset, but at the same time, he's keeping it 100. They don't want to see it. They don't want to see it because at the end of the day, I mean, we all still have to look at each other. We all still have to, talk to one another. I mean, he's just basically putting it out in front what people don't want to see.
Right.
And
but they don't want to talk about. They don't want to talk about this, so they don't want to see it like this because, like you
yeah,
said, I'm still a black man. You're a white man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
There is a difference, but
yeah,
but it's good that I feel like it's good that people are talking about stuff like that now because
yeah,
the way that I raise my children is to love everyone. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. That's the way it should be.
That's the way it should be. There is no. I tell the story all the time to my wife, man. Like when I was in high school, I could hang out with everybody, the jocks, the cool kids, the nerds, the other guys,
the fucking scientists, like
I hung out with everybody because you know what I'm saying. When you can talk, when you can speak to everybody, man, when you can talk to them and they see that you're genuinely cool with them, they don't give a fuck if you black or white.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is when the whole like who was it? Morgan Freeman. I was watching an interview on it, and he basically was like telling the guy, he's like, well, what do you think about racism? He's like, stop talking about it. He's like, when you stop talking about it, then it's no longer an issue. But at the same time, I get where people are coming from, as far as, okay, so on your side, you're basically, being a black man, back then, and it's not even back then, it's now. Like a lot of people want to say, well, oh, it was so long ago, slavery. It's like, no, you have no idea. It was only like 40 something years ago. It's not that long ago. Like once you understand that, you will understand their side, and you got to treat them just like you wanted to be treated. And
I think that a lot of people, when they start to do it like that, they try to say, "Oh well, no, you should be okay. You're fine.
Nah,
you're making money. You're okay. You're good." But it's not even like that, man. It's like you said, the Jim Crow era and things like that were, shoot, 50, 60 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
not that far.
My mom is 55.
Yeah,
So,
my dad's like 65, I think now, and it's like it wasn't that long ago. My grandmother was born into it. So a lot of people just need to stop with all the BS and being like, kind of like overcasting it,
Right.
That's the problem. I think a lot of people, it is the media mostly, and I think in real life, people don't give a fuck about the color issue. What they give a fuck about is how they are treated. And at the end of the day, regardless of what anybody says, I'm always still going to be there for you. I don't know you, but I'm going to be there for you because I know that that's what I would want for me. If I was, walking through the hood one day, maybe some dude was trying to talk sideways to me, and if you were by me, I'm pretty sure you would stick up for me. I mean, that's just how real love is.
But it's supposed to be.
And yeah, there's the whole, the whole gangs situation, like the kids that don't really think they have anybody, but they do, and they just don't want to accept it. But it's so complex. But I've thought about it, and I've really thought about it a long time, for the longest time. I mean, I went to wax museums. I've done research on shit like this. Like, it's not even about the research anymore. It's about just studying the human being. You're no different than me. You bleed the same blood as me. Who the fuck gives a shit? Like, now I'm just trying to understand. And that's what it's all understanding. But then again, sometimes there's just things that aren't meant to be understood, and you just have to let it go and just move forward.
Definitely. I totally 100% agree. Totally 100% agree, man. We living in a society now, man, where I believe that some of the stuff that these kids now are doing are pretty cool. Like it's more accepting to be a friend of as a black man with a white guy, or vice versa. Or now they have this whole you know, because I don't agree with what I'm about to say, but they put themselves out there as to say, well, this is the way it is now, and it makes everybody more free. Gays and things like that. It's out there now. You know what I'm saying? And not that I agree, but I understand. If
Yeah,
that makes any sense.
yeah, I understand that. I mean, and I on my same aspect is that's just like for gay white men, it doesn't matter. I don't care if that's what you want to do behind closed doors. By all means, have at it. But that's not what's going to happen in my household. Now,
Right.
if my kid comes up to me and says, "Hey, um, I really don't like females," I mean, am I going to have a problem? Yeah, at first I'll be upset, but I'll get the fuck over it because we're in a time where, if you take a second, yeah, look, just go play. I'll I'll talk to you in about an hour. Let me get my thoughts together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the moment, obviously, you ready to knock the fuck out your kid, but you just gotta be like, okay. So my son doesn't like girls, but you can raise them and maybe raise them to like girls, and then later on in life, they just be like, well, honestly, I don't. It's just not for me. And I'll be like, okay, well, as long as you understand the repercussions, because men can get AIDS just like women. It
Oh,
doesn't
no.
matter.
Oh,
It
yeah.
doesn't matter whether you go in the front or back. It don't
Right,
matter. But
right,
if
right, right.
that's,
If that's what you want to do, then by all means.
I'm not gonna say no to you, but don't. Real gays don't flaunt their shit. Like I was just watching a video on this guy. He was a gay guy and he's very conservative, but he went to California to do this parade. Well, these people, these younger generation, were more flamboyant. They were out there open for the parade or whatever. And they were like, oh, well, he's like, well, what do you think about Donald Trump? And that was a big issue. And they were like, fuck Trump, fuck everything about him. But they didn't really take a step back. And, the guy basically told the dude, one of the guys, he said, what if I told you Trump basically made it legal for all of you guys to get married in America, in the US? And the guy was like, still like wanting to stand by his views and say, nah, fuck Trump. Didn't want to give it that chance, but yet he wants to be accepted as a gay man. So
Mm.
to me, you can't have a double standard there. You can't just be like, oh, nah, this is what I want. Basically, I feel like it's almost like they want to do like some type of like radicalism where basically they just want to do what they want to do. Nothing else matters. That's all that matters. But if you take a step back and realize, Trump is not the worst guy, but he's not the best. So, but he's a businessman and that's why he got elected. So a lot of people now, I would say it's funny because Barack Obama was the one that told the people in Pennsylvania, because they weren't going to vote for him. They were going to vote for Hillary. He basically persuaded them that way and said, no, don't vote for her. Vote for Trump. And now all these people are mad because he's putting all this stuff in play. He's doing what we've been asking for the last, 10, 15 years. And they're
Right.
upset about it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't be mad when you ask for a raise and then you got to do the work to get the raise. You know what I'm saying? Like,
True. True.
I mean,
True.
I'm not always in politics. I don't really give a shit. But what I'm basically telling you what I see in front of me, and it's funny because Kurt Cobain said it best. He said, he's like, there's gonna come a time and day where we get a president that cannot be bought. He's like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Donald Trump, which Donald Trump can't really be bought. He's fucking a billionaire now.
You got the money, yeah.
He can pretty much say, fuck it, I don't want to do this tomorrow, and quit his job and be like, all right, I'm going back to my building. Because he's making what they call residual income, passive income, which is what everybody wants. That's financial freedom,
That's generational wealth right there, man.
Yeah, and it's hard to get that, but when you accumulate it can happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not really a politics person. I understand it. I know it.
Yeah.
I'm not really into it as much. I mean, I kind of came into this. I never came into it like like fuck Trump. I never came into it like that. Now I don't look at myself as a liberal or conservative. I don't know what the fuck I am. I just like who I like.
Undecided. That's how I am. I don't really. I go to what
What's
consent.
important to me. You
Yes.
know? So if it's important to me and I like your views on what's important to me, cool. Then you got my vote. But there has been some things where I tell people all the time, and you can't look at Trump as like like you said, he's a businessman. So everything business wise, I think he's taken care of. To be honest with you,
Yeah, I mean, we ain't struggling.
I don't like some of his views on certain things, but
Yeah,
I didn't like Obama's views on certain things. I didn't like his views on a lot of fucking things.
yeah,
So, but I think that I think what Trump has said he's going to do, he's done. And that right there is what I can respect. I don't really feel like he should be saying some of the things that he say in the media. I think that shit is stupid, but what are you gonna do?
yeah. But you do know that the reason why he's doing all that is because he's fucking trolling the hell out of everybody.
That's true.
He's trolling them, like he's straight up messing with everybody because he knows that he's gonna ruffle feathers, and he knows
his reaction. Yep.
Yeah, and that's what he wants. He's basically getting what he wants. And a lot of people, they want to say, oh, well, because the media definitely fucking tries to slander him no matter what because he is our president. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, the same swing voters that voted for Obama, they voted for him. So you can't honestly be mad. Technically, if you're mad at yourself because you did it, I mean, you voted for him, then that's one thing. But don't sit there and blame posts on him. It's kind of like last year how, like, everybody was like, oh, well, Barack Obama did such great things. But what they don't tell you is he had an incident where he went, like, Michelle Obama almost divorced him. Like, she fucking wrote a book on it. Like, how, like, he basically went into Tijuana, Mexico with the security guards and then ended up firing one of them because they basically lied, and one of the strippers, I guess, came back and was saying a bunch of shit. I don't know. But basically wrote a book on her life, but on their marriage and everything, which everybody goes through troubles,
Right.
Honestly, is it for the media's business? No. I mean, honestly, what's in your house is in your house between you, God, and your spouse. I don't believe that, if you want to put it out there, more power to you. I don't believe in doing that myself. But at the same time, we're looking at the states as a whole, whether it be immigration, whether it be the president, whether it be us as a country, whether it be whatever. We all just got to get through this shit together, and that's pretty much what it boils down to. I mean, at most, like, if we can all just start being kind to one another. I don't know how far you've, as far as what you listen to. I mean, if you listen to any kind of alternative or heavy metal or anything like that. But I mean, I'm pretty sure you
listen to. I used to, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. I used to love the shit out of some Incubus. Like, I went down that road, like Incubus, Three Doors Down.
If you don't say it, I'm gonna be really, really upset. Come on, say it.
Okay, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I used to listen to them.
Not them. But they're good. Yeah, that's a good one.
I listen to Creed. I don't think I really listened to too many others. Who are you thinking? I used to listen to Nevada too. Like,
I know that this is probably going to get some pop for this podcast, but I'm going to say Linkin Park.
Fucking right, man. Hell yeah.
That's what I was thinking, because and it's funny because not a lot of people know this, but Chester Bennington, right before his incident, he I meant, like, I was going through a time, like, mentally, and I was struggling. This is when I, like, was working out, doing all that stuff, but I added him on Instagram, and I didn't think, I was like, man, this guy's never gonna, at least he'll see it and he'll, do whatever. But he followed me The
Let's
motherfucker
go.
followed me, and like to me, that showed me as a person he was probably he's the best singer. I will hands down. Like there's a lot of good singers, but the ranges that he would hold, his control, like
Yeah.
he basically in a
He was on.
way he's taught me how to control my voice. Like
Mm.
and it and over time, I mean it fucking the shit's timeless. Even now, I still listen to Mike Shinoda, like even afterwards, all the new stuff they put out. I mean, I was just waiting for him to go solo. Hell,
Yeah.
Chester already went solo before that
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
he did
Yeah.
Dead
Yeah.
by Sunrise. I mean, that was awesome. Like
That shit was awesome, man.
for sure, for sure. And that is like the group that I listen to mainly now because I'm older.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, from time to time, I'll listen to Tupac, Biggie, Nas, all them motherfuckers. And then but when I don't know, it's just something about Linkin Park that's like, fuck it, this is real. Like, let me harness this shit. Like,
What's one of your favorite songs from him?
my one favorite song that gets me fucking hype as fuck, I'll always like listen to it when I work out is fucking Paper Cut.
Yeah, that shit is bomb.
Like just and then I also listen to like a lot of the live stuff because I like to hear him like do what they call far cries, which is basically you press your vocal cords together and
Okay.
you just like straight up scream, like grunt it, like it's just ridiculous. But I've been learning how to do that in a safe manner and not destroy my vocals
Yeah.
because a lot of people they go like even Chester he blew out his vocals at one point in time and then he had to quit singing for a little bit and then I think that's right around the time or no that was probably before he broke his leg and because he jumped off the stage I think and ended up hitting the floor and
Damn.
broke his ankle or something and he was down about that and like he had like a lot of people don't they know now but beforehand they didn't know that he had clinical depression. I could tell just by the way he acts, his demeanor. I mean, even he said he's like some days, and I totally felt the same way. Like some days, I just feel like I'm like fuck the world, fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I don't want to deal with it. I just rather sit in this corner over here and do nothing and just not eat anything, just be a potato. Like,
Why do you feel like why do you feel people go through that level of depression?
a
Or
lot of it is because of certain things that have happened to them in life, or maybe it's just how they like maybe some like a subject or something happened to them. I mean, physically, because obviously Chester he was abused when he was a young boy, and I'm going to take it that he was abused by his father because I saw a video clip that I never want to see again, and it was of a little boy and of his dad like his dad pretty much burned him in the shower. Like I'm not even
what the
kidding.
fuck?
Yeah, like I don't like the video was released a while ago and I saw it on YouTube and they said it wasn't known but the guy in the video the older gentleman was his father
Mm-hmm.
because I think it's he looks exactly like him so there's no doubt that it is him but the fact that he said he was burning a little boy and like he was yelling at him and all this other stuff not to do something. I mean, Chester was scarred for life. I could tell that he was like even he said that an older male would abuse him when he was a kid. So I'm gonna say that
Never said who though.
they never said who, but you could tell that it
But
was him.
yeah, you knew who it
It's
was.
kind of out there. I mean, and that's why even like today they knew like there's that group I can't remember of older gentlemen. I don't know. They do like trafficking, like they do trafficking in other countries or whatever, and it's a big deal. Like it's under like basically it's like under like a lot of press, but they're trying to hold it to where nobody can know about it. And now it's gone under wraps, I'm guessing. But basically his dad was a part of that and like they were abusing little boys and stuff. I'm guessing. I'm not saying that it's true or not because I don't know. But
Right.
at the same time, I remember seeing Ashton Kutcher. He was on the panel like of Congress, basically saying, I went into another country, and this was a serious issue that they were talking about. And he's like, I saw a little girl, basically the same age as my daughter, going through this. He's like, I pretty much broke down. And I'm like, it's happening. You know, whether we want to see it or not, it's happening.
Right.
I mean,
That's
a lot
crazy.
a lot of times too, it's part of their, I guess, religion or something. I don't know. Something that they're doing over there. I don't know. I just know here when they're in our home, they better not fucking act like that shit because it ain't gonna fly.
I know that's right. I know
What?
that's
And that's, I mean, and that could be why a lot of people flee from their country to come here. And I get it. Trump is trying to like stop people like from coming here but they're trying to get them to come here the right way. But sometimes in certain circumstances, you can't help it. It's just that they're really trying to get away from it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, damn, man, that's just crazy, man. I never knew the stories on him like that. I never knew all of that.
He was my all time favorite, and it's just because I related to him a lot. Growing up, now I was never abused by my parents because I have both two loving parents that care about me, obviously. But I went through a lot of ADD and mental struggles, depression, everything. So it's just, when you go through that, and then back in the day, people would like rip on you or say something. Like, I was a heavy set kid, who cares? But now I'm changing that anyway. But it's just like, when you got to realize, like, yeah, back in the day, and that's why I kind of sympathize with some millennials this day and age that that are still like have that good heart. Like, you can tell that they're good, but then there's the ones that are more outspoken. They're on another level. But
well, and just speaking from my experience with my children, my oldest son is 13. You know what I'm saying? So imagine
oh shit.
Imagine back in the day when we were 13 and the shit that we were going through. And it's 10 times worse now. So like every day, he's not coming home depressed or anything like that. But every day I try to say something that uplifts him. You know what I'm saying? Because
stay positive.
You gotta stay positive, man. My youngest son, he just seems like he don't really care. Like he like, yeah, I'm the shit. I know I am. I'm cool. Like, so
as long as he's comfortable with himself, that's all that matters.
That's what it is. That's what it is. He's just comfortable with himself, and he know he is. My oldest son, he's a boy, but I can tell someday
he's going through that stage of, oh man, like, I gotta get the girl, I gotta do this, gotta do that. We all went through it. It's all good.
I told him that shit the other day. I said, man, I'm still trying to figure out how to please your mom. I've been with her 16 years.
Yeah, I've been with my woman for about 9, and
nice,
I mean,
man.
yeah, like, I went through some hard relationships from the time I was like, about 13, 14 years old until now. But I always, especially for mental health awareness, I'm big on that. I'm really big on that because some days for me, I get into this point of like, one thing happens and then I can't get out of my way or my mood, and I get stuck in it. So I'm just like, and then later on, after it's worked itself out, I'm like, how the fuck did I get here again? So what can I do to change it to be better? Right. That's why I'm always, even on my Instagram, I'm always like posting positive shit about stuff.
Yes.
Like, if anybody has ever recognized my stuff, they do. Like, pretty sure. Like, I don't say, like, my Instagram is not for everybody else, it's for me, and I think that's what gravitates people towards me in that aspect, because I want people to know that I'm okay, but this is what I'm going through, and if you need help, I'll be there for you no matter what.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm always there to help people. But that was the thing about Chester too that I liked. He was, even though he was going through it, he was still kind to people, still helping people. There's a different kind of level for him, and that's what made me go to that level. So if I can bring other people to that level, nobody can deny anybody, and that's a good goal to have and feeling.
Yeah, hey man, I feel you, man. You got so do you do any gaming?
Oh man,
As gamer.
dude, I have my Xbox and I have my Switch, and I fucking don't fucks with it yet, but I was doing Fortnite for a little bit. I know a lot of people are like, but that shit is
All right.
like tough. That shit is tough. Like, I mean, I was doing it on the computer and I was doing it on my Switch. Like I've been connecting my HDMI to the TV and everything, so I just like wireless upload everything.
Okay.
So I was doing that for a little while. My nephew, he's big into games like that. Like whenever he comes to my house, he's like, "Hey man, you want to play it?" I'm like, not right. Like sometimes I don't feel like it, but then there's times where I'm like, "Yeah, let's do this. Let's get this going."
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah.
I played Fortnite for 1 time, 2 times there and there, and then I stopped playing it because work, make money
Yeah.
for these expensive ass toys that I got.
Exactly. So what kind of bike do you ride, man? I've never really been on a bike like that.
Oh man, dude, I got it's technically it's a Harley, but it's a 2002 Buell Blast, which Eric Buell, he used to work for Harley Davidson many years ago, who's no longer, I don't think he's no longer doing it. But first Harley came out and then he went to work for Harley and then came out, he wanted to ride his own stuff. Mm-hmm. So they knew that at that time, Kawasaki, Suzuki, all the Japanese makers were coming out into the US. He wanted to upbeat that. So he came out with the first ever Buell. I believe it was 1125. It was 1125 cc motorcycle sport bike, and it never been done in the US before until that. So when he came out with that, then he was like, well, we need to make something a little bit more commutable, and that's when he came out with the Blast, which is only 500 cc's, but it's good for basically daily riding to and from here and there. Great on gas, but I have always ridden motorcycles my whole life. Basically, I've ridden dirt bikes, ATVs, you name it. Pretty much bicycles, scooters. I mean, that's just how. That's how I would get out because I couldn't really do too much. Like I still play sports like baseball, football a little bit here and there. I don't play no more. My mom originally, it's funny because we just had this conversation probably about a couple years back, and I said, you know what? How come you never let me ride motocross? And she was like, well, it's too dangerous. I'm like, so me playing football, getting my head fucking smashed in, it's okay. Like, getting CTE is all right, So I was just like, She's like, well, because my dad, he's the opposite of that. Like he's like completely the opposite. Like he actually rides too. He's got a Softail Harley, which is fucking loud as shit. Like that motherfucker is nice though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm jealous. Anyway, but we all ride together, and I got into riding at a young age, and I've always ridden it. It's I've just come across that it's very.
It seems therapeutic.
Yeah, it's what they call wind therapy. Like basically, when I ride, I have no choice but to clear my head. Like, and that goes back to the depression and everything is linked together. It's weird. It's really weird, but I accept it and I accept what it is. But I agree that when I started riding, and honestly, I would tell you, go get your license, man. I need somebody to ride with too.
All right, definitely, man. You got me excited.
Yeah.
I saw the bike. I was like, damn, that's a nice bike, man.
Yeah, dude. It looks nice, but it's kind of like crap. Like in person, it's really shitty. But I do like when I first bought that bike, it didn't even run. Like I got it from a guy on Andrews Air Force Base. Can't talk. It's out in Maryland, out on the base, and the dude was just selling it. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, I'll sell it to you for $1,000. I was like, man, can't you go a little lower? It doesn't even fucking run. So he was like, yeah. I was like, how about 800? So he let me go like with $800. So I'm like, all right, cool. Bet. This bike only had like 4,800 miles on it when I bought it. So it's pretty much brand new.
Yeah.
But the problem was, is it had been, I could tell it had been wrecked. I was like, so you spray painted the tank? He was like, yeah, I just didn't like the color. I was like, really, dude? Come on. I
Yeah.
already know what's good. You wrecked it, or your wife wrecked it, or
Right.
girlfriend, or whatever. So me and my wife, which she was my girlfriend at the time, we got this truck and we loaded it up and took it back. And my mom calls me as soon as we get back to the house, and she's like, so I heard you get a motorcycle. I was like, yeah, I did. She's like, you better not take it to my house. I said, all right. My dad, he comes out, fucking the garage door is open. He's like, come on in. Like, I'm like, all right, cool.
That's it.
That's it. All right. I mean, I just keeping it there until I got tags and everything updated or whatever.
Okay.
And he's like so fucking cool when it comes to that shit. Like, he was really hard on me when I was younger, which most kids these days, that's partially why they're so soft. I hate to say it like that, but they are soft if they're not raised the way we were. I mean,
Very true, man.
um,
My daddy didn't play that shit, so yeah.
fucking you, man. Everybody knew when they came to my house. Like my grandfather, he was, rest in peace. He was a former Marine, and to this day, I mean, he was hard on my dad, and my dad was really, he brought that same mentality towards me. And let me tell you, one day I made the fucking biggest mistake ever. I mean, I don't know if my cousin remembers this, but I called her the B word. And my dad yanked me up, and he was like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And he said, "Get over there. Put your hands up against, put your face up against the wall. Put your nose up there. Put your hands back, feet back. Don't fucking move. When I tell you to move, I'll let you know." And I was like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Yes, sir." He's like, "What did you say?" I said, "Yes, sir." Like, we ain't play around in that household. Like, and I feel like if that kind of mentality, like, he made my brother do push-ups. He never made me do push-ups, but he made me write sentences. Like, me and my cousin, we were all bad. Like, so I mean, but I was never bad to the point where it got into too much trouble, except for when I got in school suspension. I almost got expelled for fighting one of my friends, which, I mean, I never talked to that guy anyway, but I mean, I hope he's doing well. But yeah, it's just nowadays, everything matters. Like, everything matters, and I think that that's what's kind of pushing the whole PG thing, because everybody's so sensitive to that. And you know, for me, if I bring my kids up the way I was brought up, make sure that they go to school on time, make sure they have all their homework done, make sure that they, do what they got to do to take care of themselves. I mean, I'm gonna tell them, you have what I should have had, but at the same time, we do things for the next generation, and that's how it's always
Absolutely.
been. So I'm like, man, y'all get a cell phone at 12. Like, shit, I didn't even have a damn flip phone. Like
Hell no. And, it's funny because the only reason I gave my son a phone, man, was because he's doing so many sports and he's after school. You know what I'm saying? So I got to keep in touch with him some way.
Yeah.
Like I have like back in the day when I was like playing basketball, football, whatever. Like, my mom didn't really have an option to get in touch with me. I just got home when I got home.
Yeah, like, it was like, I think right around the time, like, my dad, I was like 16, 17. I never had a phone till way later than that, actually. My first phone I bought when I was like in my 20s. But my mom and dad bought me this like Virgin mobile phone, like track phone. And they were like, well, since you're old enough now to handle this, and you need for us to come pick you up or something like that, just call us or whatever. Right. And I said, all right, cool. I'll text you. So, I mean, shit, kids nowadays don't know about that 1-800 collect number, but like, seriously, I did that like twice in my life that I had to use it. And like, you didn't want to pay the fees. And I'd be like, hey, Ma, can you come pick me up right quick? I'm at the mall. Please, bye. So, like, I'm on my way. Click. I literally, like, one time got into this dude had the same car as my mom. And I got in this dude's car. And I'm like, my bad, dude. Like, I'm waiting for my mom. I didn't know. And I was like, I'll let you go. My bad. I'm out. Right. So, and even that experience, I was just like, I can't do it no more. I just can't.
I remember back in the day, man, and that should be another topic we talk about, man. I remember back in the day where where I got this got my phone. You get your phone and everything, right? So you could not talk on that phone until like after 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock or something like that, because it was like at that point it became anytime minutes.
Yeah, pretty much. And then you had to like make sure that you didn't go over, otherwise, your mom or dad smack the fuck
Yeah.
out you because you wasted their money.
But then you be like, but then you think about it, it's like 300 minutes. I only had 300 minutes throughout the day.
Yeah, I mean that it's
Oh,
like you use more. They're like, well, this is what we got for the month. If you use too much, you better call me collect something. Like, because
exactly.
I ain't even trying to answer the phone. I'm like, I'll text you. I'm like, pick me up here. That's it. Now,
Back in the day, I remember back in the day they used to charge for text too.
yeah, it was like fucking 5, 10, 15, 20 cents for like each
Yeah.
text. And you like, fuck, man. Like, I just use like maybe like 2 texts. You gonna charge me $1? Like, really?
They
But
be charging.
I mean, a lot of kids today too. I mean, even when I was a kid, my mom and dad, they always worked 2 jobs, both of them.
Mhm.
I was always left alone. I think that played a big part in, you know,
In the role of the depression and whatnot.
yeah, that played a big part of it because,
It's funny that you say that, man. I have a
but it
friend.
helped me grow as a person at that too. I can say that.
I have a friend of the family, and I was told that I didn't know this, but her
Yeah,
daughters were left alone a lot, and I just see how they are. And I know you said that that was that was a growing point for you, but I can definitely see how them being left alone, because their mom was a single mother and she worked all the time. So when you don't get that kind of love and affection at home, which I feel that my wife and I are doing for our children, which is
yeah,
one of the key things, that not reasons, but things that I told her years ago. I said, I'm not gonna leave you, because even though I had my mom and my dad, I had both of them, but they weren't in the same house. So
yeah,
it definitely played a role. Um, you know, but I didn't want my children to have to go through that. You know.
yeah. And separation. I've had a lot of friends with separations.
Mhm.
A lot of like shit. My ex girlfriend, her dad, separated from her mom and whatnot. But and I never like downed her for that. But there's a lot of people, especially young people today, that and people that are our age, man, like that. They made mistakes when they were younger, so now they separated. They like, oh, go stay at your dad's house. Your dad's a deadbeat. Oh, your mama, she fucking hoe, this, that, and the other. It's like, see, if you guys would stop fucking talking shit about one another and see that your kid needs both of you, that
Right.
that would make a big deal. And I get it. And there's more things to it, like the system, as far as, oh, well, you're gonna pay me child support, otherwise you ain't gonna see your son or you're gonna see your daughter. Like, don't be throwing that shit up in their face.
Yeah, yeah,
They doing the
yeah.
best they can to help you out. Now, if they ain't doing shit, by all means, cut the head off. But you gotta understand, you slept with that motherfucker too, like a couple weeks ago, and then now you
You
want
chose
to.
that.
Yeah, exactly. Not us. Like we wasn't in the same room. We didn't see y'all doing it. Like, do you?
Right.
All right, like that's it. Like, we didn't even try to be about that. So,
Exactly.
and that's family is. I think that's what Trump is basically trying to bring back too. Is that he's got kids of himself. So why is he gonna fuck the system up if his kids, their livelihoods at stake too? So I
Mhm.
think that a lot of people don't want to see that. A lot of people don't want to see shit. So I mean, it is what it is, and at the same time, we just gotta all come together at the end of the day and be happy with one another and help each other, whether it be through mental health or through physical stuff or through maybe you need like now there's some people they ask for money and they keep asking for money and never fucking pay you back. I get it. Like, to me, if you ask me for money and I pay you some money to go do what you got to do, at least if you don't give me the money back, do something for me.
Right.
Like hook
Right.
me
Right.
up with something.
Right. Exactly. Well, man. So number one, man, where can we catch this podcast at, man? Where is this gonna be uploaded to?
It's uploaded to YouTube. My channel. It's gonna be Apex Motor Rider on YouTube. I'm in the kind of like in a thing right now where I'm wondering if I should change it. The podcast name is called The Point, and the reason being is because obviously we're trying to get to a point, and make it happen, make things happen. But I definitely enjoy it. I'm glad I started it because I'm trying to bring the people together for sure, and we can definitely do this again soon.
Oh man, look, like I told you, man, I'm free.
I know we didn't get too much on the fitness side, but maybe the next
That's
one.
cool. But now that I know it's called The Point, and I understand it a little bit more now, man, I definitely, shoot some topics to you.
Sure.
With that, and we can go with that.
Yeah, I mean,
and also send me the link so I can subscribe to the channel.
Oh, okay. Well, the link is actually in the description.
Oh, sure. Okay. All right. Bet.
So I posted your links, some of your links in the description. My links are in the description because I want people to subscribe, comment below, everything, all that shit. And that's just how I'm going to roll with it because, I mean, I'm trying to gain followers. I mean, one of my friends did me a solid and I'm proud of him for doing it. He went through all my videos. He didn't have to. He liked every one of them and fucking subscribed to my channel the same day. And I appreciate that. I don't remember his channel name, but I appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, but I did subscribe before you came on. I did go to your channel and subscribe because I have watched maybe 1 or 2 videos of yours, gaming wise.
Yeah.
And I did like them. So I mean, I don't know if it was Call of Duty or something like that, but
it's a lot of my old videos, man, was really focused on the game, and a lot of people don't want to see my gaming stuff no more, man. They want to see my reviews.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, because
there's nothing wrong with that,
But I mean, even if you do like product review on gaming, like you can do that, like that point. But I do think a lot of people, like one of my friends, he does sell shoes too as well, but the product reviews, a lot of people want to see, they're trying to figure out where they should go next for the next level shit, or even if they don't have enough money and they just want to get something that's content for the moment, they're going to check something out to see if it's good quality, because a lot of times people want quality over quantity any day.
What's funny, man, I'm gonna say it's got a roll, but what's funny?
Yeah,
some of my stuff that I review is more on a cheaper side versus like let's say you go out and buy like a 65-inch Sony TV. It could definitely cost you anywhere between $10,000 or some crap.
It's gonna cost you about the same amount as a fucking pair of Yeezys. I mean, I'm just saying.
It's gonna be fucking crazy. So I got I did a review on the TCL, and it's a Roku TV.
Yeah.
$600, $600, 4K.
Yeah.
That freaking video blew up, man. People were just like, yo, like, okay, I really like the way you did it. It was, and so I'm like, okay, people want to buy the good quality stuff, but they don't want to spend all of that money.
Yeah. And that's basically where it's at too.
That's basically where it's at. But brother, I appreciate you, man, having me on.
No problem.
If anything, man, I can, if you don't mind, man, I would love to upload a few clips from this, to our channel just to, help you out, and get some some subscribers on your end, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Actually, I did want to mention before we get off, I did purchase a new microphone from Walmart because I just needed something real cheap. And if anybody, like, I did a review on it. It's the Black Web microphone recorder. It's just like cheap little $25 thing. So if anybody needs a microphone real quick, like, that's it. I mean, and so far it's working great. I mean, it's picking up too much. That's the problem. But anyway, I'm going to let you go, and I appreciate you coming on, and maybe we can do this sometime
next week, man.
Like next week, maybe sooner. I don't know. I'm supposed to be doing something tonight with a couple of friends, but I'm not sure yet how that's going to go. My friend hasn't messaged me back yet. But anyway, all right, man. I'll check out you later.
Yes, sir.
You have a good day, man.
You too, brother. Peace.
Yep. Enjoy. All right, guys. All the links are in the description. Everything you need to know. My links are in the description. If you want to comment, subscribe, share with your friends, get up on everybody. Make sure you subscribe to Alpha Dwayne or STGM. And y'all have a good day. All right. See ya later.